But what would your advice be, or how would you mentor a guy you know that needs a little help, guidance and stuff like that? What is your first thing you think about when you see a kid that needs guidance or needs mentorship? How would you approach that person?
That's actually a really great question. And I'm just gonna give you a real life scenario because there's been 1,000 kids that I've helped over the years and I've been a role model to. But for one instance, I wanna say I had one player by the name of Amaya Carter, right? Amaya played at Longwood Preparatory Academy in the Bronx. I went to a Real Scout basketball camp last year around in like October-ish. I want to say like October 15th. I don't remember the exact date. But I went there in the hopes of recruiting females so that they could play for my program. At the time, I only had, I want to say 2 or 3 players. I only had like 2 or 3 players at the time. So I'm like, you know what? I got to go out here and recruit or whatever the case may be. It was something that just stuck out about Amaya when she was playing during the showcase. And it was the most smallest thing. Like she missed a layup and I saw her hold her head like this for a little bit. And I'm like, damn, that was me in high school. And all I had to tell myself was like, hey, next shot, don't hold your head about it. Because the next couple of plays, you could tell it that one miss that she had, it kind of affected her whole game for that, for the rest of that scrimmage. So I approached her after the game or whatever the case may be. I said, hey, just hold your head, like everything is good. Believe it or not, she went out there, she kept killing, whatever the case may be. Amaya and I, till this day, are like this. We speak almost every day. Wow. She's played for me. She was my second leading scorer from the spring all the way to the summertime. She's shown up for me numerous amount of times. So the way I was able to help Amaya was by building a connection and a relationship with her, not only her, but with her parents and her family. So it's never just about the kid in the situation. You also got to build that foundation with their families as well, because their families have to trust that, hey, when she's with this coach, she's good. If she needs anything, we know coach got her, or whatever the case may be. So building that foundation off the court first is gonna make the on the court things so much easier. So that's my approach to how
that's good. That's good. But I say that's good advice, but I think the problem is a lot of coaches and stuff like that don't know their players. I think in the beginning, you gotta get to know your players because everybody's different. They might not take well to certain things. Like there's some people that you gotta get on them. You gotta like scream at them and stuff like that. Some people go into a shell. So I think the most important thing, and I think you got it though, but is know your team, know your players.
1,000%.
If you ignore them or you don't know what they're about, you could take the wrong approach and just lose them.
Man, can I touch on that real quick? So I definitely have a great relationship with all of the girls that had played for me. Good. But there definitely was a time where I felt like I lost them a little bit. So I tell people this all the time. The transition from coaching boys and then coaching girls is a whole different world. I'm talking about, it's certain things you could tell a guy that you can't tell a female because they will break down. But I was really lucky, and I know that this may never happen again. And if it does, thank the Lord. But I had a tough group. Like, when I say tough, I'm talking about mentality-wise. Like, I was really getting on them about a lot of things, like a lot. And you could tell that they were frustrated at times, but I still get phone calls to this day like, hey, thank you, bro. Like, I appreciate you, coach. Like, I see why you did what you did. And we would have back and forth bickerings. I'm talking about after games or whatever the case may be, but they always understood that it was coming from a place of love because I would give them the clothes off my back if I had to.
Yeah, that's good. No, I like that. I like that answer. And you're gonna keep doing that, which is gonna definitely, it's gonna feed into a lot of these girls growing up. They're gonna remember that.
1,000%.
People don't forget nothing, especially when it comes to impact. So I do think that's a great thing. But I want to ask you another question too, because of you speak on your community and everybody, you know, all these other people. But let's bring it to you. We all make mistakes. We all learn valuable lessons from our mistakes. Was there anything that you probably regret that you feel like might have set you back, or something that you kind of learned from, you know, a mistake you made?
1,000%.
Nobody's perfect.
1,000%. So I feel like one thing that sticks with me, I have no regrets.
Yeah, of course.
At all.
Yeah.
I have no regrets.
You learn
I feel
from
like,
everything.
every loss is a lesson for
Yep.
me personally.
I'm the
It
same
sounds
way.
cliche, but that's just how it is for me. But I want to say one thing that still eats me alive, kinda, is when I failed off at BMCC. Then no, not at BMCC. Sorry. One thing that bothers me the most and that still eats me alive is when I failed off at Brooklyn College. So I was probably having, correct me if I'm wrong, for whoever's watching this, but I believe that I was having the best season in the CUNY my junior year out of everyone in the CUNY conference.
Gotcha.
I was the leading scorer on my team, probably second in assists, third in rebounding. Like I was having a really, really good season. And I let that get to me. For the first time in my life, I got big headed when it came to basketball. So I went from being the underdog to being honestly the first or second option on my Brooklyn College team, and I was letting that get to my head, and it honestly messed me up in the classroom. I started to feel like I was bigger than the program, and life hit me pretty hard. I missed 11 games.
Wow.
11 games.
Like you said, those are lessons because you realize now, you know, you got humbled.
Yeah.
Now you got to step it up. And that's one thing we got to keep instilling on kids. I don't know if you said it in here, but we talked about it earlier. Is school is it's so important that's probably more important than the basketball aspect.
1000%.
Because if you don't have the education and the school and academics together, it ain't gonna work.
It's funny you say that, right? Because I just coached a girl, Eva Hannon, right? She went to Townsend Harris High School. Thanks to Anissa, who played for me since I started TYP. Anissa and Brianna Lucas, they both told me about Eva in the springtime. So Eva came along or whatever the case may be. Eva turned down a lot of schools that wanted her, even Division II schools that wanted her, and she chose to go to UMass Amherst. UMass Amherst is a Division I school, right?
Yeah.
So she was telling me like, hey coach, like this is what I want to do. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, all right, just understand like this is gonna be a process. Nobody knows you over there. So you gotta understand you have to do what you need to do in order to make that team.
Yeah.
But going back to your point, what made her stand out so much, which I believe, I don't know if it's true or not, I just spoke to her yesterday, like, Eva, the reason you made that team is because your coaches don't have to worry about you. They know Eva could play basketball. She's skilled, like she has the skills, and she's a great academic student. Eva has almost like a 4.0 average. So it was a no-brainer. So going back to your point, let's say Eva was somebody else. Like I could have been Eva, just as talented as her, but not passing my classes.
Yeah.
UMass Amherst, which is a Division I school, would not even think about putting me on the team. They're looking at Eva like, you know what? Hold on. She's over 6 feet. She could shoot. She's a big body. She can guard the perimeter and she could guard in the interior, and she has good grades.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a no-brainer. Of course we're gonna pick her up. So that's just the biggest message that I try to, explain to our community now. It's like basketball is cool and all, but you have to do what you need to do inside of the classroom before you step onto the court, because none of the stuff on the court is gonna matter at that point.